Today we go down to AUTOBARN in CLAYTON so we can get ourselves some painting products. Then we'll move over and grab some cleaning products, definitely some detailing products, because this car is absolutely filthy. We fix all the damage we did by scraping up against the wall at Winton on our fender. Our front bumper bar definitely needs a repair, and then we'll move on to sealing up the car, cutting out some new windows, installing those, and a whole bunch more today. Welcome back to Build It Better. We have some exciting news. We will be taking our RX7 over to the Avalon Airshow, but unfortunately the car has been severely neglected over the past 3 to 4 months. So we'll do a quick walk around on the car. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that we need to get sorted before this car ever sees any type of display. And to be honest, I did think it was a lot less work, but unfortunately there is a whole bunch of stuff that needs to get done. First and foremostly, the car is filthy. It has been sitting in my storage now for about 5 months, and the last time I took it racing, it sort of was on a bit of a wet track. So there is mud all over it. The side skirts are completely covered in dirt and rubbish. Wheels and tire package that's on the car right now is actually going to get changed for this weekend. We've got some scuff marks down here on the back. Now, I did blow a tire the last time I took this car out at about 120k an hour, and the D-lam actually has damaged a whole bunch of the paint over here to the point where it almost reached up into the roof. So there's a lot of cleaning and polishing and stuff to do there. Hopefully, I'm really hopeful that once all that D-lam rubber has been removed, that there's not that much damage on the paint, but there is definitely going to be some type of scratching and marking and stuff, so we'll get to that. Also, if you notice, there's no mirrors, no windows at all in the car. The last ones, we had taken them off, put them somewhere, and they have broken in half. So the major thing is going to be getting the car sealed up. The passenger door is still not working, so we can't open that up. But the main part of the main attention area is going to be this corner here. We took out a wall at a substantial speed, and that did damage the wheel that was on the car at the time, and obviously the fender and the bumper bar. So I would like to get that fixed up and the car all washed up. Now, the last time, if you had seen a few videos ago, we had taken the car out, the bonnet actually whipped up onto the roof because somebody, namely myself, may have forgotten to put the bonnet pins in. So what we did on that day was really good. We cut a massive hole in the bonnet so we can try and get as much air out of there as possible, considering it was already like a 40-degree heat day. And I made this little scoopy thing on the front there just to sort of not make it look as intrusive. But what I need to do is, there's some sharp edges just along here, so I'm planning on going to get a little rubber seal and popping it on there. The next issue is that we actually don't have a color code for this paint. So the only real way that I'm going to be able to get that sorted out is by taking the whole bumper with me and then seeing if we can find a color that suits. So what else? I wouldn't mind doing something actually about this petrol cap. It looks quite easy, probably just to make up a little section here, vinyl wrap it, and of course this car doesn't have the normal fuel tank in it, runs a proper fuel cell in the boot, so covering this maybe just to make it a little bit neater. It looks a little bit rough, and from the looks of it, it's taken some tire D-lam there as well. So I guess come along for the journey. We'll get the car fixed up, fix a whole bunch of stuff on there, try and get the car sealed up as much as possible. It will be sitting outdoors for 3 days. We are in Melbourne. There's a very high chance that it's going to start raining, so most definitely the window is going to be the most important thing. And then once all the structural stuff is done, well, I guess the sealing up of the car is all finished, then what we'll do is we'll give the car a really good detail, hopefully polish up a few areas and possibly get rid of a couple of superficial scratches. But for now, we're going to head off to AUTOBARN in CLAYTON. So we'll take the bumper with us. We'll see if they've got any paint that's similar color. If it's not 100% the same, it's perfectly fine. The car is a drift car and race car, so it's not like it has to be in 100% pristine showroom condition. But I would definitely not be taking it to an event looking like this. All right, so we've made it into AUTOBARN, and the owner, Greg, has helped us out by giving us this cool light. And he said to just have a look on the rack and see what color the car is. And he said if you're going to get a can, get the lid and then pop the lid pretty much as close as you can to the actual paint itself, and then shine the light on it. But luckily the light's actually shining from the rooftop, and it looks like platinum silver is going to be about the closest thing I can get today. There's a whole bunch of extra silvers there, and a lot of silvers up here, whites, any color you want. Now, in the event that you actually wanted a custom color, or you actually had a paint code, then you could just come in here, give the guys your paint code, and they'll be able to sort it out for you. But unfortunately, we don't have a paint code for this, and this is actually painted in Glazeret and was painted about 5 years ago. So we'll just pop all these back. And I think that's going to do it as far as the paint's concerned. And then we're going to match that with a, where is it? Super gloss 2K style gloss as well, which I got a can of that as well, and hopefully that's going to make the bumper nice and shiny. And then I think we need to go and find a whole bunch of stuff to wash this car with, and get to work. You need to detail your car and you're not coming to this place to borrow your stuff, you're going to be absolutely crazy. They have everything. There's like almost 4 aisles of every single manufacturer of all the best stuff on the market. Auto Glim, Maguire's, you name it, it's all here. Everything you need to wash your car, mittens, rags, buffing pads, all the equipment you also need to detail your car is all here. So guys, get down here, let them know I sent you, and maybe they'll look after you. Alright, so here's our little stash, some microfiber cloths. That's a microfiber knobby wash mitt, and that is great, but I've been told that this is even better, so highly recommended from the owner. And then we've got 2 different colors here. It's as close as I can possibly get it. It's literally right in the middle, would be spot on. But I think I'm going to go with the lighter color, and then we'll hit that with a clear on top, and then all we really need is some sandpaper, and we'll be spraying pretty much straight over this because we only need it to last for a month. Because I am looking at getting the whole car re-wrapped, so which is going to require a whole bunch of repairs first. So let's go pay and get out of here. Okay, we're back from AUTOBARN, and we are back from Bunnings. We've got a whole bunch of masking tape, cardboard, knives, and all that sort of stuff. We are going to now trace out a frame around this window with masking tape, and then we're going to hold it all together with cardboard, and then we're going to transpose that over to our polycarbonate, and then cut that obviously to shape, screw it in place, and hopefully that's going to keep the windows watertight for the weekend. So just in case it does rain, then obviously you don't want a whole bunch of water getting in the car. So we're going to do pretty much the same process over these holes here, the holes for the indicators and the holes for the reflectors in the back of the car, and then for the petrol cap as well. So there's not much more to say on that. I guess we'll just get to work.
Okay, and there we have it. That's the window for the passenger side. And I think I'm just gonna flip this over, duplicate it, and then use it also for the driver's side. I'll measure it up, make sure it fits, but I'm pretty sure that'll be fine. Now I think I'm gonna get over onto the petrol cap. Okay, so there's our petrol cap. So we're going to transpose that over to a piece of aluminium, and then we'll either paint it or we'll wrap it. Here is that section of the reflectors. So made out of masking tape, put it on the cardboard, chopped it out, and that fits well. And then hopefully this window is going to fit on the polycarbonate that we have. And luckily it fits, and I got 2 sheets, one for each side. So massive relief. Massive relief. Okay, now since we're here, we're going to move on to this section here. So we're going to wet sand it from 400 to 800 to get it as smooth as we can, and then we're going to just tape it up and then just give it a blow over. We are not aiming for perfection. This is my race car, but I also don't want to be taking it to a car show like that with that big scratch on it. So hopefully we can mask it up as much as possible, and as per race car, good from far but far from good, I guess. So okay, so now the question is it perfect? Absolutely not. There is some type of little reaction happening over there with the paint, and if the clear actually guns are really good, surprisingly, so I'm actually quite impressed with that. Outside of that little reaction that I'm having over here with the paint, it looks not too bad. And the finishing on the front bumper bar, which is all fiberglass, nice gloss there. Color is, I'm going to say, almost identical. Now, is it 100% as perfect as it can be? Absolutely not. For that, I would have sent it over to my friend Alex at the panel shop, and he would have resprayed it like he did the car initially. But all in all, it's taken me about an hour of sanding, painting, if you exclude the time waiting for the paint to dry. So as far as I'm concerned, this is completed now. That's done. We need to get over to the workshop and start chopping up the windows, getting those prepared. What else do we have to get ready? So the windows we have to do, cut out the petrol cap, and then cut out those reflectors on the side of the car. Tomorrow morning I'm coming to pick this up, taking it to the car wash, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff to take with me to the car wash to give this a super detail, and then obviously fitting the other wheels probably just before we take it for a wash. And that's gonna do it for the weekend. So let's head over to the workshop and start cutting up these, well, we'll call them filler panels. How's that sound? We'll call them filler panels for the car. Okay, those three pieces are done. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be on the car forever like that. I would prefer actually to get the proper reflectors for the back, or I could even wrap these in red, and then when I paint the car, or send that off to the panel beater and he can paint that for me the same color as the car. So as far as I'm concerned, that's done. We need to move on to the windows, and then we need to get back to the car storage and get the windows and all this stuff installed. So tomorrow, all we're left to do with is washing and detailing the car, because that is going to take quite some time. Okay, so that's it for the workshop today. So we're going to take our window panels, and we're going to take all those little aluminium pieces that we made already. We're going to go take these down to my car storage, and then we'll go install them on the car. And then tomorrow morning, we are going to organize the wheels and give the car a really good detail. So for now, let's get back to the storage. Okay, we're running out of light, so it's pretty much night time now. So let's have a look at these. Actually, not bad. I'm quite impressed. So with that in place there, it just sort of covers up those holes and makes the car look a whole lot neater. So we're just gonna throw on a bit of double-sided tape, good old 3M racing tape. Perfect as far as I'm concerned. Now I think it'll be a good idea to pop a screw in the bottom, and that should stop this window from vibrating. All right, now I just got to do the other side and call it a night. Okay, so the wheels we were going to run are gone. In other words, I can't get access to them, so I'm going to have to run with my G-Max wheels, which I normally put on the car when I go to an event. That's the first set of wheels that I use. There's some dead ones. But the issue is that they currently have 0 tread on them. So I'm going to have to take them with me in the morning and go get some tyres put on, because these will definitely not do. So with that, we're going to wrap up today. So the covers are on, the fuel pump cover is on, well, the fuel tank cover is on, window is in, The car's been resprayed. The bumper is actually looking really, really good, surprisingly. I wasn't expecting it to come up so good, but we're not really going to tell until tomorrow once the car gets washed and detailed. And then last thing that I would really like to do is the car's sitting way too high, so I'm going to have to lower the car when I change the wheels. Alright, we are at Nova Tyres in Springvale. I've been using these guys for about 10 years. They have everything from top of the range to your cheapo tyres, and this place is jam-packed, so you don't even have to wait for tyres. If you need tyres, everything is in stock. So we'll go for a walk through and have a look at all these tyres. Alright, now if we can figure out our way through this maze. Guys, there's a whole bunch of tyres here. If you need it, it's on the shelf. Just come down, they'll do it straight away for you. No problem. And here we are. Nice. So in the end, we have gone with a Massimo tyre. So apparently this is the replacement to the Anchis, which I used to use. So the Anchis would normally last me about 6 to 8 good laps without cooling them down, just straight. Cooling down, maybe could have gotten 12 laps out of them. So hopefully these do the same, but for now, these are just to get the car rolling so we can get it to the show. So let's get these loaded up in the car and let's get out of here. Okay, we're back at the storage. We literally have 1 hour left to get everything done that needs to be done to the car. 30 minutes to load it, get over to the other side of Melbourne, and then it desperately needs to get washed and detailed. So I might actually wash it at the car wash and then detail it when I'm actually at the airport. So that'll be interesting. I guess that'll be fun. So there's no more jibber jabbering. It's time to get this car sorted out.
And I stored in their house.
Time to strap her down and head off to the car wash, because she is, for the first time, out in the open, in the sunlight, and she has a lot of work. She's filthy. This is what I'm going to get cleaned up today after exploding a tyre on the rev limiter. I'm thinking about third gear, so I'm going to get to work, make sure she's looking nice and presentable for the Avalon Airshow. Time to get to washing. Okay, so we made it to Avalon, and there is a whole bunch going on down there, and we're driving over to the wings and wheels section, and we're going to go set up. All is good. I'm probably going to put the whole air show together in the next video, so massive thank you if you've made it this far and you're still watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button so you can get notifications every time I'm posting a video. And the next video will be of us at the actual air show. So thank you, we'll see you soon.